Hey, it's me, Pika King. No more pulling your leg. Loadent is done. Basically, okay, let's just get into it. Also, according to YouTube statistics, only a small percent of people who actually watch my videos are actually subscribed. So, okay. The main point of this video is setting up Loadent's Steam page, but I do want to get some small stuff out of the way first, starting with the stuff I talked about in my last episode. His uppy is all done, and he goes into a little ball. I think it's really cute, and he's invulnerable while he's in the ball form. Maybe I'll change that, maybe I won't, we'll see. The nut now has a new sprite that's kind of resembling like a pistachio, and the platform now lacks mixels, and it all looks good, so you're welcome. And all his info has been put in. I also added a small HUD because I talked about in the last episode how I didn't want to change up all the alts because a lot of his moveset is reliant on the colors, and I didn't know how that might affect colorblind people, or if you're new to an alt and you wouldn't know how to react to certain things going on. I did not want that to be an issue, but at the same time I didn't want all alts to have the same blue and red color. So I added this small HUD that is just the positive and negative colors, so when you're playing a match against him, you'll instantly look down there and see what color is positive and what color is negative. Even if you're colorblind and they're technically not blue and yellow or whatever the hell it is, you'll see the difference, and hopefully it should be enough where you're not at a disadvantage. Because at first I was thinking, oh well, if you're using an alt, I don't want you to lose track of what color the nut is or what color the acorns are. But now that I think about it, this is more for the opponent. Imagine you're fighting Loadent for the first time, or a skin that you haven't seen before, and this nut pops up. What is it? What is it going to do to you when it hits you? You don't know. So yeah, this HUD is more for the opponent. Now that the HUD is there, you know that it's negative, which means it will do added knockback. I think this is enough to calm my nerves about the color confusion, but this is something that I'll be closely listening to with feedback and things like that. And while we're talking about the fields, I did change their values a bit. Honestly, before I was a little worried about them being too over the top, but they're Loadent's most defying features. So I made them a bit more extreme, a bit more responsive, a bit more powerful, honestly, and I think it's a lot more fun. So I'm still experimenting with those numbers, but I think it's at a point right now where it's really fun to play with and mess around with. Back on track, he also now has a taunt where he sits on his tail and types on his phone. I did talk about this before and having a whole Twitter thing where you can have your character send in different things to have him saying that whole interaction thing. I still want to do that, but that's going to be a separate video because I want to do all those kind of stuff after he's initially released. You know, the runes, the stage, all that, the compatibility, all that stuff. That's going to be after his release. So those will come. Stick around for those videos, but they're not going to be here just yet. I mentioned in the last episode, but I commissioned Delta Parallax from Seeds of Aether to make some sound effects for me, and those are all incorporated, and they're great, they're amazing, and I also made some visual effects to go along with them. Seeds of Aether also made a skin for Loadent as well, which I am in love. I am loving this skin so much, so thank you everybody over there. Alright, it's on to the juicy stuff. It's one thing to make a character, but if you don't present it right, then no one is going to care. The first impression is what really gets people to really care about the character, so I worked really hard on the trailer. There was only one video in January, that's because I've been cranking it out for this direct on the 15th. I'm not going to show you any of the trailer right now. Obviously there's some screenshots on my Twitter if you really want to see, but I'm saving all of that until ZETTAS Workshop Direct on the 15th. The blueprint deck is going to be amazing, and if you really care about Loadent or you want to play him or you want to learn more information, you're going to have to be there. This trailer is 2.5 minutes long, and it's so much, it's so long, and I'm so proud of it, so please make sure you're there. I am a 2D animator at heart, so this was honestly really fun for me. I've been looking forward to working on the trailer for a long time, and I was a little ambitious, but you know, it all worked out, and it's already sent to him, everything's already good, so yeah, make sure you're there. Now, I do kind of think that is the main thing that upon release is going to get people more interested in the character, but besides that, there is still his Steam page. Thomas Get Good actually made a really funny video about presenting your character, and that really inspired me to, you know, up my game a bit more and put more effort than I originally intended. So I really want to thank him on that, and check out his video. I put it in the description. It's hilarious, it's so funny, and I honestly give some good tips. It was a good video. So at first I thought logically, I just started by, you know, looking at successful characters and writing down the aspects of their page that I liked. Obviously, you don't need a big, super flashy Steam page or really anything at all. Some people don't put anything here at all. That's totally fine, and that could probably work. But, you know, I really wanted to hit every angle with Loadent that I can, so I'm gonna go for it. Some big things I realized is you really want to avoid massive paragraphs. This is kind of obvious, because I don't want to read all that. No one's gonna read all that. They're gonna look at that, be intimidated, and leave. If there's anything big or complicated to explain, I'm like, okay, I'll just make it into a GIF and put it there. Because people will look at those, they'll see the GIF and they'll wait for it to load and be like, ooh, what is this? You know, it's a little lottery. Obviously, if it's still kind of complicated, I'll have a little bit of text to explain what's going on if you really care, but I just kind of want it to just look pretty and to have a lot of pretty pictures for you to look at. All the written stuff can be for stuff that I can't visually explain, like special thanks and things like that that I'll get into later. Then there's also the screenshots, like the top of the page that kind of cycles through. I don't want to just put all 7 of Loadent's videos up there. That'd be funny, but no, I can't really do that. I'll just put some screenshots of more of his unique moves and his other alts. You know, I don't really want to put his special moves because those are already going to be down here in the description. I also made this preview image with art that showcases him hitting the nut in the field a little bit. Hopefully it's enough to kind of draw an interest. I think this is pretty cool. Okay, let's start with the easy things. Doing this whole description thing can be really overwhelming, so if you're doing a description for a character, literally just take it one step at a time. Just write down what you know you need to write down, and you'll build on it from there. That's kind of what I did. Like at first, I just kind of wrote down the very basics. I started the description, talked about him, his playstyle, obviously I had to plug the channel, and I wrote down some quick stuff about his moves and his specials and stuff like that, and I'll come back to it later to make it all look pretty. Like, I know I said I didn't want too much text, but I promise once everything is formatted correctly, it won't look as bad. You'll only need to read if you want that extra info. The little part at the top is all I really expect anybody to actually read. It's just a little bit about Loadent, and even that is maybe asking too much. The special move explanations, I think they look cool, but you're only going to go there if you're kind of confused or if you really want to get good with the character. And that same thing kind of goes for this little section I put down here. I just called it moves of note, but it's just for people that really want to get good with Loadent and want to know the little itty bitty unique things that he has with every single move that I'm not going to spend a whole GIF on, you know. I also got the special thanks. That's really for the people that are in them, and the 1% of people that reads everything, so thank you if you're in that category. And I honestly think this is all the writing I need. I'm gonna move it around, I'm gonna make it look better, but we'll see where this kind of goes. Okay, I learned how to make it all pretty. The hierarchy is a lot better, and I feel way more inclined to read it already. This is actually a big relief because at first I was a little worried, but this actually looks really good. It was also pretty easy to do. I don't know if I'm just dumb or if Steam doesn't tell you this stuff, but there is a whole list of formatting options you can do to make things bold and huge and have links and everything like that. I'll leave a link to it in the description. It's just some codes you have to put before and after what you want to change, and it changes everything for you. I'll put it up here. It was a little complicated at first because I haven't done this kind of thing before, but it's super easy, super fun, super quick. The only thing left was the GIFs, and for the longest time I couldn't figure out how to do it. I guess I'm just a noob. I don't know, I was just dumb, but I couldn't figure it out for the longest time. So after searching and searching for a super long time, I asked Panda Bomb from Seeds of Aether how they got it to work, because Seeds of Aether's workshop pages are one of my biggest inspirations, because look at these, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I want a book right now, you know what I mean? So he told me there was a command thing that was missing from Steam's list, and I'm like, okay, that's not cool, but whatever. So it's this right here. For this to work, you have to upload an image online to somewhere like Imager, and then you get a link from there, and then you could put that link here, and then it puts the GIF visually there. I don't know if that made sense, but this is all new to me. I feel old. Anyway, it was real easy. You just have to upload it to Imager, get the link, put it here, and it's all good. So if you want to put GIFs, which I highly recommend, do that. It's not too difficult at all. For the most part, I put them straight in, but there are some I had to change later, or some I had to edit things together, and it kind of messed with the aspect ratio. I don't know how bad that looks. I might just leave it like that. I don't think it's that noticeable, because I don't know another way to efficiently showcase the moves like that, but it's whatever. Okay, going back to the little spinny wheel thing of pictures at the top, obviously I have to plug my channel, I have to put Loadent video up there somewhere. I was debating if I should put the most recent video or if I should put the first video. I'm not too sure. I did link the whole playlist at the top of the description so people can just go straight there, but I do obviously still want a picture, a video here. I'm gonna put his trailer up here once I've uploaded it and everything like that. But yeah, tell me what you think. I'm thinking I'm just putting his first one so I never have to change it. But I guess if he does have balance changes and things like that, I will also want to add that video to the list. And now we just need some cute screenshots. Honestly, these don't need to be super serious or anything like that. They just need to be cute and show off some stuff that I didn't already show off. I got some help from the boyfriend to get some nice pictures and things like that. Not too many, because I don't wanna overwhelm you. You just download the character and you can see what he does, you know? We had to have a Loadent pool one because they are the OG magnetic characters, and I need to put some respect on that. I put Felicia because she pulls out a magnet for her nair, so I just felt like it fit pretty well. Iron has a similar thing with Loadent to the thunder zappy all around him, so I decided to put that in there. It's Iron, right? I don't know. I've never had to say these names out loud before. Iron? I'm so sorry. And then Hodon rolls into a ball for his up B, and so does Loadent, so I don't know, I thought that was cute. And then lastly, I threw in at the end that shows off a lot more of his ult because I feel like that's kind of customary. And then lastly, of course, I had to give proper credit to the characters I use. It's a bit at the bottom, and there's something here that I'm gonna hide for you right now. If you want to see what this is, you'll have to watch the direct. But, yeah, I'm just gonna blood that off now, but that's there for reference. You know, speaking of that direct, again, it should be, happening in like a week or two from the time this video is uploaded. It's happening on the 15th of February, 2021. So, this is your last warning. If you made it this far into the video, you will want to be there. If you can't make it for whatever reason, just come back to this channel, and there'll be 1 or 2 videos for you. Yeah, maybe 2, I don't know, we'll see. As much as I will be focusing on Loadent after his release for at least a couple months just to make sure he's at the place I want him to be, and making stuff like the compatibility, abyss room, stages, buddies, all that blah blah blah, all that stuff, I'm still gonna be working on some other things in the background. That's just how I am. I gotta be working on something else. So if you want a little hint at that, you're gonna have to watch the direct. Don't just watch it for me though. There's gonna be tons of talented creators there, and Zetta is putting so much work into this. Like, just subscribe while you're there. Please do me a favor for him. Like, that's all I ask for you. And you know, it's a bit of a shorter video, but that is honestly all I have today for the development of Loadent. It won't be too long until you have your hands on him, so I don't feel the need to over-explain everything. But yes, the direct on the 15th, come back here on the 15th if you missed the direct, regardless. And thank you so much for following Loadent's development. This is not the end, not nearly the end. This is the start. That was the demo, that was the trial, that was the trailer, okay? That was nothing. So, I'll see you today, I'll see you tomorrow, I'll see you on the 15th, I better. And I love you all. Bye!